And good morning to everyone. Maybe I updated the info there on what the show would be about this morning correctly on the fly. Somehow or another I forgot to hit a button. Well, we wake up to yet another tragedy in the Meridian area. If you've already tuned in and read the page this morning, you will know what I'm talking about. Welcome as we get deeper into, crime continuing in the Meridian area. If there's one thing I do know, the events of last night will mostly drive the sales of firearms up. I think people will feel that they need to be safe at this point. Meaningless gunfire in the area, and you want to feel protected. Do I think that will happen? Yeah, I think people will. As we get into this, if you're just tuning in, you haven't been caught up on this, I got a call somewhere a little after midnight that something had happened in Meridian. Dug deeper, I couldn't prove it, and by 1:30, we'd gotten all the information that a mother and a child had been shot in the Meridian area. 100% true. As we get into this, and let's pull up pictures as we get into this. And I've got this posted on Facebook. You can take a look at it. And I'll also have a link to sammedia.network to where you can see this. Now let's pull up the first pictures and let me paint the picture of where all this happened. As we go to Sam Media, let's pull this up here. Mother and child shot. This is the car. Let's zoom this in where you can see this. I want you to be able to look at this very closely. Anywhere there's a white spot on this black car is bullet holes. Do you see how many bullet holes are in that window? It's numerous. There was a child on this back seat. That child now is in the hospital with a bullet to the back, I believe. The mother who was driving was also struck. She was hit somewhere, I believe, in the stomach area from the last I was told. There was a passenger in the car. They were uninjured. Now let's go through this and look at this. I went all around the car, and we'll also take a look at the video of what happened. This is the driver's side here. Bullet holes there. This window blowed out. This is the passenger side of where we started here with the numerous bullet holes here, down it, bullet holes flying through it. We see here on the driver's side, a bullet exited the car here, come out that window there. There's another look at that. Here's a closer, a clearer picture of that same car on the passenger side. This is the driver's side, and as we go up here, even on the front fender, you will find a bullet hole here. Now, I think the next one that we're going to see here is the actual video. Let's go here. Let me pull it up this way. I think it'll play better if I play it from this side. Let me pull this up where you can take a look here and see exactly. As I said, all right, here it is. Let's pull this up where you can take a complete look at this, and it'll take the whole screen up. I want you to be able to see this. It's much more believable after you watch this of what went on. Here we are. Here's the car, and let's play this. That gives you a clearer picture of what went on last night. Let's see here. All right, hang on just a second. The Piggly Wiggly is passing along these great savings. Yellow, white, or bicolor corn, 3-pack $2.99. California strawberries, a 1-pound package, $2.99. Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, $3.99. Bryan sliced bacon, 12-ounce package, $3.79. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.79 a pound. And boneless center-cut pork chops family pack, $2.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
All right, as we get that worked out, as I had a technical difficulty occurring there that we got fixed, let's talk about what went on, where this was. This was Highway 39, just about midnight last night. A mother, a child, and a passenger in the car was traveling up Highway 39. They get to this section of where North Hill Street meets it. They're traveling north. A car pulls up. As I spoke to a family member that was there, as they were worried to death, as you would be too, at the hospital waiting to find out, and I talked to them. They said that they were told by her that she was traveling along. A car pulls up next to her. She heard something that sounded like gunfire, didn't pay it much attention, and that's about when the car was riddled with the bullet holes as they came through. Now, again, this is a mother. She managed to swing the car around and drive her and her child to the hospital. And in situations like this, could this have saved her life? Absolutely. She did make it there. Probably not time to wait for an ambulance to come where she was. A scary situation as we look deeper into this. Now, again, as I spoke to her family member, they said they absolutely didn't know anybody that would have anything against her. And the person said the only thing that they could think of is maybe someone mistaken her car for somebody that they had something against. We don't know. The police are investigating this. But at the end of the day, as we're looking at this is a mother and a child in our area that was traveling down the road that was shot. We've seen crime here and there, and everybody tells us, oh, that's over there. Now it has reached a major fairway. How much worse does it have to get before our elected officials do something? I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. I think most people feel the way I do. Do you feel safe now traveling anywhere? And be honest with yourself after watching that video, where it happened. How many times, if you're from this area, maybe you're watching out of state, but if you're a local person, how many times have you traveled down Highway 39, come up to the red light right there where North Hills intersects with Interstate 39? Probably a lot. I have. I'm not going to lie. When I drove down and I took these pictures of that car, did I feel a little eerie at every red light? Yeah, I did, because I didn't know what was supposed to pull up beside me. That was in the wee hours of the morning. Very spooky. We shouldn't feel that way here. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn on behalf of most of the Meridianites, the Lauderdale Countyans. You live in Alabama. Meridian is a trade hub. People come from all areas around, probably a 80, 100-mile radius of here to come to shop, buy their stuff. We don't need this. We ask that it be helped, something be done. We certainly hope this will wake up someone. We've had 6 murders so far. We've had numerous shots down Highway 19 in broad daylight. Not all of this happens after midnight. We've seen this there, that Highway 19 area, if you want to call it Highway 11, increasing damage there. Now a mother and a 9-year-old child is shot. Now, from what I understand, they're in stable condition, which is wonderful. Do we know, will they have after effects from this? We don't know. I don't know their medical situation past other than they were in the hospital and they're in stable condition, thank God. A sad day for our area, is it not? It bothers me to no end. And again, it does make you where you don't want to get out. You don't want to travel anywhere after dark. But again, this can happen in daylight, as we saw that shooting that day that happened over there by Aguilera Tires, right before you get to College Park. Was it the business's fault? Absolutely not. We have to do something, and we have to look to those who were elected by you to do something. We're expecting it. I read where the mayor said the other day they had a plan. Well, I don't know what the plan is. Do you? I'd like to know what that plan is. Jimmy, please tell us. Tell us more. You're more than welcome to come on here with me, share your thoughts. We're fair. We want to know. That's all we ask. And I don't think that is too much to ask. Do you? I know I'm rambling on this, but it's a huge concern for each and every one of us. Because somewhere, wherever you're watching me from at this moment, you've got someone that depends upon you. Whether you're the breadwinner for the family or you take care of things in the home, people depend upon you and they have to have you. We don't need innocent people being shot. Now, have in the past everything been targeted? Yes, they have. We don't know much more about this other than a mother and a child is shot. The police are digging into this. But if you're traveling down the road, a major fairway, and you're shot at, it's just not good. We hope to find out more about this. We certainly will. Now, did other things go on? Let me show you this. Let me pull this up. There was a report last night that there was an accident North Hill Street and 29th Avenue. This would be right down by Firestone. This was, I want to say, not long after the shooting. Police arrived and there was not an accident. It was reported that a man had been hit by a car. Well, I had someone send me the picture of what really went on there. Now, are y'all ready for this? This is Meridian, Mississippi. I know it's after midnight, but doesn't change it. Let's pull up this picture. And this is what was sent to me overnight. Here we are, right there. Do you see that? That's Firestone in the background, and that's a man laying in the road. Let that sink in. North Hill Street, someone laying in the road. Now, they weren't run over. I don't know what was wrong with him. I think he was gone by the time police arrived to look into this. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he was not hit. Does it look as though he's passed out in the middle of the street? Yes, it does. Now, whoever saw it, there's two sides to this as you look at that. Let me pull it back up while we're looking at that. There he is laying in the road. How would you handle this? Of course, number one, you would call police. Number two, would you stop in the road and block it to where no one could run over him? Or C, would you be scared that it's a trap and somebody was trying to rob you or take something? I think a lot of people would lead to C on that ABC thing of what you would do. And of course, you would call, but would you block the road? I think there's a lot of people that would be, it's a trap. This man could have been run over by somebody. It's dark. You can't see objects. And if you're distracted at any moment, this man could have lost his life. What was he doing laying in the middle of the street? I ask. You ask, I'm sure. I'm not sure that we'll ever know the answer to that. But this is not some Chicago. This is not some other big town that I'm sitting here showing you these slides from. Of it happened somewhere else. This is our hometown. What do? We're at, or we're past it. We're at a point to where elected officials have got to do something. We can't sit and talk about, well, it's not happening in downtown. It's okay. It's in this area of town. It doesn't come here. It is coming everywhere if a line is not drawn and action is taken. Again, I'm not making this stuff up. If you watch me every day, you see these reports. I don't hide what happens in our area. And there's a lot of people that appreciate that for what it's worth. Of this is where it is. This has never been anything that I've ever done. When I first started doing this, I was told, you need to stop that. You're hurting business. You don't need to do that. You hurt tourism. Well, if you let this continue, you won't have anybody coming for tourism because they could be hurt. Tell the truth and it will all get straightened out. It's just like when you get in trouble with your mother. As a kid, y'all remember that? You got spanked, you didn't do it again. You had a line that you had to toll to be a part of that household. We're at that line of something's got to be done. Somebody's got to step up and play the part. Somebody's got to be the leader. I'm looking for that leader. Are you? I know I've ranted and gone on for now about 10 minutes on this, but it's important. And if you disagree with me, please let me know. Pass this on. Sheriff's Department, PD, need to form a violent crime task force. Call in the feds for help. PD does not have the manpower, but they can share their resources to get help from marshals and maybe the ATF. Thank you, Keith, for posting that. That's one of the things. Now, with that being said, someone has to listen to that advice. And that's great advice. This man knows what he's talking about. He was ranked high in the police department at one time. He worked there, knows this stuff. We have so many people, and I kid you not, that have retired. Jeff Lewis, where are you? A former police chief, Meridian. Keith McCara, Chris Reed. We've got a multiple of people here that know what to do. All you have to do is ask. And we lean on the administration to do that. Bring in, form a committee of people that can put a stop to this. There's no political parties in this. It's safety involved. Anybody agree with that? Let's do something, Meridian. Let's step forward. Let's take care of this problem. Jenny, how are you doing? Jenny Whaley, a police officer that I have known. You're in the military now, but I've known her 35 plus years. Very good at what she does. Does she have advice? She's got street smarts. She's been there. She's faced this. And let me tell you, I'm very close with the police department. These men and women every day put on a badge and they put on a bulletproof vest and they head out and they do the very best they can. They can only deal with what they're given, the amount of help they're given. There's only so much one person can do. They got to have help. Are we understaffed? Yes, we are. But this is critical. We are at that line. Again, let me say that. A mother and a child has been shot. Now, their lives are just as important as everybody else that's been shot at. We've had 6 murders so far in the state. Now, in Meridian, and let me add this because I got confused on that number, and I called and asked about this. Six murders. The lady that was at the nursing home that died is included in that 6 because I couldn't do the arithmetic. I couldn't figure out where the other person was, and she is added to that. That is awful as well. There's so much to do here. Well, we need to do this as a group. There needs to be people. The city council, where are you? There ought to be people there. James Moore, where's the mayor? That's a good question. I don't know. I just know that I read a statement that he did on Twin States News the other night to where he said something about a silver bullet and they had a plan. And as I said, I'd like to know what the plan is. It's not a time to blame. It's a time to fix. Maybe you've made mistakes in the past. Let's wipe all that away and step up for the community and do something. That's how I feel, and I hope you do too. And let's talk about a few other things that has happened here as we look at this. Yesterday, a report came out that it was possibly something more at Frankberry Courts. Well, as I dug into this, it did sound worse in the beginning. It's still bad. I can't sugarcoat this and make this sound good. But it was an altercation between 2 men. It was reported originally as somebody thought it was worse, and I'm trying to keep away from using the word. But in this, let me pull this picture up here where you get a picture. Right there. Police presence near Frankberry Apartments is how I worded that until I figured out what exactly had happened. Let's call it a lover's quarrel. 2 men got in a fight. Ended up, one of them used a baseball bat on the other. A baseball bat. That's not the way to settle things. That's the things that goes on behind the scenes around town that not a lot of people know about. A baseball bat. Medical attention was given, but still, again, hit with the baseball bat. It goes to show you that whatever a person has is not always a gun. They're going to use it to hurt somebody. That's what happened there. Let's look at a few other things that went on here. Here's one. How many people own a business and are tired of having their things broke into? A few moments ago, I got a message that a car had a flat out on I-20 on the outskirts of town. Well, how many times, who all checks their spare? Let's talk about that first. I'm the world's worst. It hangs underneath the car for 4 or 5 years. You never look at it. You pull it down, and guess what? It's flat. Well, they had to walk to get help, to get the thing, to get the tire fixed. Once they came back, guess what? Their window had been busted out. Their belongings taken. We're being overtaken by people that don't want to work for a living. They want to take what you go and work for and then go sell it for quick cash, whether it's your catalytic converter, the things on your seat car. We've got the bicycle bandit running around Meridian, riding around, breaking in cars, looking for cars that are open. Well, you're busy. You get off work and you don't always remember to lock your car. It's a habit. It's hard to get into locking your car every night. But the bicycle bandit wants what's yours. He's been doing that for quite some time. Here's our next story that we pull up. Chicken basket. They're just trying to earn a living. They own a business and they supply something good for our community. This is the scene where their drive-through window was knocked out. The perpetrators broke in and they went straight to the freezer. They took all their ribeyes. They took all their expensive meat. Now, it doesn't take rocket science to add this up. A lot of times a person's insurance that owns a business is really high so they can afford it. They can't make a claim on everything that happens, so that comes out of their profit line. How many times can you be broken into and still make it? I feel for these folks. It's not right. We show support for the chicken basket as they try to recover from this. Hopefully, they're going to catch the people that did that. A crime that shouldn't have happened also there. Let's look here. We'll get to that one in a second. Also, last night, I thought I had, here we go. Let's pull this up here. This was Highway 19. Now, again, when this happened, I got reports that it could have been something worse than it was. I held off on it, and I called it police presence for a time, and this is what we know about it now. This is the marathon. This is at Highway 19 stretch. Right here is where the 2 murders happened. We found someone shot in the neck here the other night. And then here, right here at this gas station last night, there was a fight. Man had to be treated. He was beat up pretty bad by somebody. Have things like this always gone on? I'm sure they have. On anybody that is watching me that is in police, they'll tell you this is not uncommon. But it does make the average person a little nervous about coming to town, doesn't it? Used to, it was all anything that happened after midnight, 2 a.m. is when that bad stuff happened. That's not the case now. This was 9 o'clock or so in the evening last night. They keep getting pushed back. But you don't want to feel like if you stop and get a drink somewhere that somebody's going to jump on you. Now, did maybe the people that were in the altercation know each other? That's possible. I don't know all the details. But at the end of the day, it was a fight. It was pretty bad. Let's look around here for what else is going on. I do have some bits of good news. We did have an accident. We had a lot of accidents last night. I got a report, Highway 45 North at Russell Tompton Road last night. A car flipped. An accident happened. I haven't found out how everybody is from the condition after that wreck, but it was a wreck there. This also happened last night, an accident on Royal Road. Let's pull that and hit that. You can see that a little bit better there. This is due north of Highland Park there. A crash happened there last night. I think everybody's okay, but a wreck did happen. Let's see. This was the scene of Highway 19. Right down as you go up to Bonita Lakes, up on top of the hill there. Was an accident there yesterday. I think everybody was okay. A fender bender there, right by Trucker Supplies where that happened. Traffic was blocked for a little while. Let's see what else we had going on. And we have to go to Newton County for our next headline, and this is so saddening. We pass along prayers and more prayers, condolences to friends and family as we pull this up, as we found out that an afternoon wreck claimed the life of a Newton County man. This happened roughly at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. A chunky man, a 78-year-old Mr. Richard Hale, passed away. It was a one-vehicle accident. He was a longtime member of the Chunky Fire Department there. People from near and far know him. We pass along condolences to him and his family. We do hate this happen. How sad it is that we lose somebody from our community that was trying to make a difference. So we send prayers to y'all as we look at this. Let's see here. Meridian Police Department is looking for someone. They wanted them for questioning. They're looking for, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Samara Smith. If you know where Miss Samara is, they would like to have a chat with her. As we look at that, they didn't give a lot of details as to why they wanted to talk to her, but it is the CID division. They would like to talk with her. Maybe we'll get more information on that before long there. Let's see what else we've got going on. We did have a good deed yesterday at Northeast High School, and I like to praise and look at those things as well too. Is there's a Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a thing that was started here in Meridian. It was a national thing. A group got together in the Meridian area and realized there are children in our area also that don't have beds to sleep in. As we look at this, we pull this up. Let me show you a few pictures here. This was the headline of that yesterday as they got together at Northeast. And we go through some of these pictures here of the girls as they got out, and they helped build these beds yesterday. I've got more pictures on Facebook. I thought that was the other one there. But it's a lot of pictures that I've got posted of what the girls did for their time yesterday of helping build those beds. That's sweet. That was good. A child will get to sleep in an actual bed now. A big thank you to them. Let's see what else we've got going on. As we move to some of these things that are happening across the state of Mississippi, there's a lot going on that. They tell us that Mississippi was undercounted during the census. Okay, you say, well, yeah, they messed up. Well, what does that do? That counts for our federal dollars that we get. The more people you got, the more money you get, the more voice that you have in Washington, D.C. Undercounted by 4.1%. Not good. As we go to state news, we go over just west of Jackson to Byram, Mississippi. Y'all know where that is? They found a chop shop. Are you missing a four-wheeler? You might want to be in touch with the Byram Police Department as they busted this. They saw a car that looked suspicious, ran the tag number, and lo and behold, it was stolen. As police got there, they would find a four-wheeler chop shop there. They've got some that are still good, and they've got a bunch that was chopped up, but that happened across the state there. As we look to this, we mentioned shrimp season coming in the state of Mississippi. That's the 25th. Also, red snapper is opening up next weekend on the coast. If you're a big red snapper fisherman, I know there's a lot of people that do that. That's coming in on Memorial Day weekend. With that being said, don't forget we've got a huge event coming to Meridian, Run for the Wall, on Monday afternoon as they come through town. Lincoln County, Mississippi. We've got inmates that had to be taken to the emergency room. As we talk about this all the time, of contraband being sneaked into. Is that the proper language? Is it sneaked? I think it's sneaked into a county jail. They partake of it, and it made them sick. They had to be rushed to the emergency room. They took a drug that, well, they shouldn't have. Had to go to the hospital. I think they're going to be okay, but it made them sick. 2 children were injured in Jones County, which is down around Laurel area, in a vehicle accident. DUI was written. Children in the car. We hope something is done on that. Remember the death row inmate that was asking to go ahead and he wanted to be executed? Well, he changed his mind. He goes, whoop, let me take that back. Now he's wanting not to be executed. The court turned him down and said, you will travel on death row. It will come. He's been sitting there since about 98. Again, the court system. We're going to pull a judge in next week. We're going to talk to a judge. I also noticed that the mayor of Meridian said he's tired of this. We're going to invite him in to talk about this. I'm sure he'll come talk with us. He's got a strong voice in the community as well. We'll share that. I want to invite him out to talk with us. He's got a lot to say. We had in Flowood, Mississippi, they had an 18-wheeler. This happens a lot. We saw it the other afternoon in the Meridian area where a person was hit by a train, this time an 18-wheeler in Flowood. I know a lot of ladies, my wife being one of those that goes over those cupcakes that are somewhere in Flowood. I don't know where. She just appears with them all the time if she's in Jackson. Kosciuszko, we haven't gotten the actual reason why, but an officer is still on suspension. They haven't released all the details of this, but a police officer on suspension there. As we start looking at what is coming nationally, hopefully this would not ever come to anything in our area, but as we look at this, the Supreme Court may rule on Roe versus Wade on Monday. They're expecting there to be violence nationwide as the announcement of this is made. Let's hope not. Pray for our country as you pray for our city. We're all in this together. Can you handle another virus? I hope not. Word is there's something called the monkeypox floating around. Have you seen the pictures of this? Awful looking. Let's hope that something else isn't getting ready to sweep our nation. We certainly hope not. A few cases of COVID have started popping back up around the nation, but something new called monkeypox. That scared me. I don't know about you. I wasn't expecting that. As we look for this, we look as the United States is giving money, your tax dollars. $40 billion of your tax dollars are headed over to Ukraine again. I don't know the exact figure what we've already given them. $40 billion as we give to others when people on our streets need it. We've got homeless, we've got veterans. Am I saying this is wrong? No. I'm just stating your dollars are gone. Do those people need help? Yes. $40 billion as we have Americans that need help. Kind of like the baby formula thing. The shelves are empty, and we hand it to other people. What about our own people? What was that saying? America first? As we look at Tulsa stock, it's dropping. It's dropped 45% since January. Did y'all know that? Elon Musk, he's in the news there watching all of this. That's a quick look at what we've got locally and nationally. We're going to look at your weather forecast next and dig deeper into this and let you know what's coming. We do have a chance of severe weather today. I hadn't even had a chance to post that, but severe weather is possible this afternoon on level 1. We'll look at that here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll get into all of that.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
And welcome back as we begin our Saturday. And again, this chance of severe weather is going to happen today. Let's pull this up and get into this and go to Meridian Honda radar as we look at this. This is the scene of the radar at the moment. Let's pull this up and take a look at severe that is forecasted for today. And this is what we've got. Now, the Meridian area, all of most of Mississippi is under a level 1, including all the way to Birmingham, Alabama. Just the extreme northwestern corner of Mississippi will be a level 2. This is going to be the Tunica area. This could happen this afternoon. We'll look at what the National Weather Service tells us. But this is a stretch that's going to go from San Antonio all the way up through Cincinnati, up through Buffalo, and up through Maine, as it just clips areas here of Mississippi and just west of Nashville. Jackson, Tennessee will be in that level 2. We'll watch this. No tornadoes are expected. Let's look at tomorrow as we also have another chance of severe weather. Let's turn this on and take a look at what we have here. There we go, the Meridian area, a much smaller area tomorrow. As we look at this, Hattiesburg, Meridian, York, Alabama, all the way to Demopolis, Utah, Alabama will be in this over to Uniontown. We've got it here at Philadelphia, Ridgeland, Jackson, all of these areas. Again, this is a level 2 for tomorrow afternoon of heavy rains. We're going to get a lot of rain. I want to be clear about that, of what's coming. If you have something that you need to do, something that you don't need to get wet, make sure to go get that put up now as we look at this across radar. Now, let's get a closer look at what we've got here. I do have my summer hat on. I went a couple places in that felt hat last week, and I thought, whoop, time to change a little bit. Not the exact hat I like. I had to settle. As we look at this, we go northward here. We go up into Columbia, Jefferson City there in Missouri. A lot of rain today. We even got some thunderstorms occurring right there. If you've got friends and family in the area there, just west of Festus. Here's St. Louis here. It's out to the west of there. Thunderstorms coming quickly into the St. Louis area near the Arches. We got light showers in Indianapolis in these areas here, northward up toward Davenport. And look up here at Detroit. It's flooding this morning in Detroit. If you're there for any reason, watching us, thunderstorm warnings are issued there for Detroit right now. As we go up the East Coast, not so bad. We look at the Boston area and we come across, we do have a lot of fog out here in Colorado. And look at this snow. Are you watching from Colorado? We constantly have somebody in that area watching us. We've got snow from Pueblo, Colorado, moving across thick to Burlington. All of these areas here, be careful if you're traveling there. If you've got a truck driver in the family, make sure that they're okay. Check in on them there. As we bounce back and look over here to the West Coast, not so bad. We do have some fog out in Idaho, those areas there. Fog covering up the Idaho potatoes. A quick look there at Meridian Honda radar. Now, let's get into the forecast of what the National Weather Service tells us that we're going to have today and take a closer look at this.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
We go back for our record highs, our record lows. 1962, it was 95 degrees today. Our record low was set in 1894, 42 degrees. A cold one, wasn't it? Today, this is what we expect. 94 for the high. We'll travel through Philadelphia. Those areas of 94 all the way up there to Winston County. You'll get wet. South to Hattiesburg, 92 in Brookhaven. Natchez, beautiful town. We'll see 93 today. We'll cut across to Tuscaloosa. We're looking at 93, the same there in Livingston, Alabama, and we'll even see Demopolis, see a little bit more rain there in Selma, Troy, Alabama, and those areas. As we look at this is the threat that we get from the National Weather Service as they go deeper into the explanation of what we've got today. Isolated thunderstorms, possible damaging wind gusts, and possibility of small hail. Now, this will happen this afternoon from 2 until 8. That's our timeline of severe weather. Maybe that'll keep the criminals at bay and they'll stay home. We look across to Alabama for severe weather today. And again, this is going to come all here. They're expecting those damaging wind gusts also. Quarter-size hail is possible. They're putting the timeline 1 to 9. Mississippi says 2. We'll watch it. We'll let you know. We could always come in early as we watch storms. This is our timeline for tomorrow on it from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. with severe weather tomorrow afternoon. Again, with it, severe storms possible, damaging wind gust, and small hail is possible. We watch it closely there. That's what we've got there. Now, as we move along to take a look at this forecast of what we've got, above average temperatures is what we're going to have. As we look at Mississippi out here back to right now, a tad bit cooler, but we see that more hot weather is on the way as we come across with this. California, still hot there as we follow these storms as they come across and temperatures rise. Now, let's look at the 7-day outlook. Here's what we've got today. A 50% chance of showers. That's what we've got coming in. Again, as we have a low tonight that will get down. Where did I put that? I wanted to look at all my temperatures and what they were doing. Here we go. 20-mile-an-hour gusts today is what we will have with this. So it's going to be windy. We'll get sunshine, but areas of thunderstorm. High near 94 tonight, down to only a 20% chance after it gets there. Should end by 10 o'clock. Low around 70. Showers will move back in right around 4 a.m. as we start seeing these showers here. And heavy rain tomorrow after 9 a.m. Could get up to 2 inches of rain tomorrow with this 90% chance there. As we come across, we see that Monday has still a 60%, and there's rain chances all the way through Friday. Look at that. Highs will be in the 80s due to the rain cooling things a little bit off. Now let's go ahead and jump into June and see what we've got. Through the 4th of June, we'll get back into those 90s. At the end of the month, they're around the 29th as we head into Memorial Day weekend and keep those 90-degree weathers. It's going to be warm as we look at that. Now, let's go ahead and jump and look at the National Hurricane Center. What are they telling us today? Well, nothing out there. That's the great news. No new tropical cyclones are expected over the 5-day period. We'll move into that June 1st. All right, let's look at best times to fish today from Chet's Paint and Body. They tells us our first major time. We missed that. It was at 6 a.m. I was trying to put some news stories together, got behind. But you'll have another shot at this. The second major time will be late this afternoon. 6:30 till dark 30 is a great time to be on the water, to go fishing there. Best times to fish this Saturday. The winds, again, gusty, and they'll be south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour today as we plan that. Now, as we do all of this, we remind you to be safe. We can't do this show without you every day. Y'all are a part of it, help make it. The numerous people that turn in reports to us, we appreciate you. If you see something, send it to us. We get in touch with police and go, what was going on? We get to the bottom of it to bring you the absolute latest news as it happens, or headlines, however you want to word that. I thank you for that. As always, I'll be here throughout the day. Should something come up, we'll get it on. We'll get some more pictures and forecast up here in a moment. So it'll be easily at your fingertips. Thank you for being a part of this. I can't thank you for all the comments. We'll see you soon as we track all of this for you here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: